back in the day, it really cost a lot of money to do a translation of people. Oh, we're started. Let's get the hype train rolling here. So yeah, as you can see, he's gonna roll past the menus insanely fast. So I'm gonna do my best to tell you what's happening here. But basically, this game, the goal of this game is to capture the whole map and put your flag where all the flags are on the map. So I'm not sure if you can even see the map yet, but there is a map in this game, and your goal is to take over all the castles in each kind of tile. And our hero here, Gekikara's colors are white and blue. So when you see that flag, you know he has control of the flag. And basically what you want to do is you choose army, I don't know what the best word is, army units to move, and then you kind of just say where to go. Hey, you go here, and that's it. You kind of wait. There's no turns, but you do have to tell them to do something and wait for them to kind of take care of that and go do whatever you say. So as you just saw, he flashed the map there a little bit. So basically he has to overtake all the castles on that map. And the early stages, like I said, are pretty easy. It seems that aggression is definitely the key, and I'm not even sure the game intended for you to be as aggressive as he's going to be, because you'll see that there's a lot of mechanics in this game that he barely even touches on, and hope to get into that a little bit more as we go through this game. The category is running, by the way, which I said I was going to talk about, but I didn't, is you get no egg revivals, so you'll get what that means later. Not much I can say here now, but he can't really revive his kind of helpers he summons. So here we have our first battle screen. As you see, the battles are very serious. The soldiers bump into each other many times, and they fall all over the screen. And just remember, our hero is always on the right. So if you want to see on the right there, that's our hero, and he already died. So yeah, he's going to restart here. There is a lot of things that can happen in this game. That will not be the last time he dies, and he has to restart or continue, because this game is very tough. What you want to do is, during the battles, if you tap A, the faster you tap A, the more power your people get. So since there's so much else to worry about in this game, when he was doing practice runs, he set up the automatic fire on the controller with his emulator, because you have to, that's just a skill you have to worry about later, because there's so much other stuff to worry about. So as you see now, he's doing it in real time. So the mashing of the A is a really skill that is important in this game. You'll see it unfold a lot here. And just remember, every time there's a battle, obviously you can't keep everything in your mind, because there's so much going on here. I'm trying to keep it as simple as I can, but it's not that easy. I might get confused too. But remember, whenever there's a battle, he's on the right. Our hero is the orange colors. Oh yeah, the rivers and forests here are all cosmetic. They do make you walk a little bit slower, but there's not much to them. There's just a map that you can walk wherever you go. So here you can see here that he's sending his people to a castle to take over. You start with one castle, so every other castle is an enemy's castle. And once you get there, you have to battle, like we're going to do again here with the ramming into each other. And who wins this is basically based on the power of the team. And everyone starts with a different power. We have the hero here's name is Venus. And yeah, he won that fight. He's going to scream in happiness. He won. So now he's in control of that castle, and now his flag will be there on the map. But you don't stop there. You got to go to the next castle, and aggression is key here. So he's going to send the team that just won that castle to go to the next castle, and he's going to send one of his other units to get another castle, and it's never-ending aggression to get the next castles. It definitely looks kind of simple, but there's so much going on, different layers of this game. It's really interesting, and you could definitely take it deeply, as I have done for the last 2 days learning about it. Here we have another castle battle here. Remember, our hero's on the right here. Bang. Zeus here is our hero, and he's fighting Hermes. There we go. Hermes goes down. We have the castle. Good guys win.
So will this aggression strategy keep up through the rest of the run, or will tactics change?
It will keep up, but it'll just get harder. Okay, here's he's going to use his first egg. Now, egg is a really important mechanic in this game. It's basically Pokemon, but it's kind of, you don't get to choose your Pokemon. You don't catch them. They just come to help you. And there's an order of that they come. So when he just called out one, and he got the Cyclops guy. And he's going to fight. And if he dies, you can never use that egg again. That egg is now broken. If he wins, you get to use the egg again, but someone else will come, and you can't choose. You can't choose what creature comes to help you. It's kind of an order, and they get weaker as you go. So this first use of the egg is the strongest use. And after that, it gets weaker and weaker until they're finally, at the end, well, we won't see it, but there's one summon creature that has 1 HP and can't even hurt the enemies, but we won't see that, hopefully. I don't think he's going to want to use that. So it's a little bit like Pokemon. Came out 8 years before Pokemon, but it's a little bit of Pokemon infused inside it. So here's Venus going up against Hermes again. Hermes goes down, no problem there. We have now the castle. Venus here going against Kadoin, and he's going to use the egg. Now, like I said, here's a different summon, of course. These summons kind of say some funny stuff as well. This one's saying, please don't extinguish me. Or not please, he's saying, don't extinguish me. And some of the ones have even more humorous ways about them. This time he said, this time I'm going to do my best. And there he goes. The summons are really strong, like almost too strong. As you can see here, he'll use them whenever he gets in trouble. He feels like his hero can't take care of it. He'll pop the egg, get the summon, and there you go. But remember, they get weaker as you go, so it's not an endless kind of, just use it whenever you want thing. So you gotta be a little bit, a little bit careful when you use them, for sure. As you can see, those early stages, whenever he gets in any kind of trouble, he'll just pop the egg, boom, and try to get to the next scenario. Because this first scenario is pretty easy. For him, not for normal humans, of course. There we go, takes care of that, and we have another castle. That is a monkey. That's a fire monkey, actually. His name is Sparta. So there you go. So now he's checking on his units here to see how many soldiers he has there, and he's going to tell them to go somewhere. So you can see he's starting to fill out the map, the lower part of the map. Generally what you want to do, this map is kind of small, but as you go through the scenarios, they get bigger. You kind of want to do the, let's see, what's a good way to say it? Like the kind of go around so you can get attacked from less people. Because remember, the other countries are coming at you too. So if they get to your castle, you have to defend your castle. It's a never-ending battle here. A lot of stuff you got to think about. A lot of balls in the air. Took care of that guy, no problem. I think we're about to come at our first real point of RNG in this game, which is kind of makes the game really random. You'll see wait till we get there. It should be coming up pretty soon. Took down Helen, no problem. And let's see if I'm right on my timing here. How much have I got this game down? It's waiting on the map. Here's someone coming to attack one of the castles. The heroes, here we go. So this is the end of the month event. There's 2 events. There's 1 or 2 events that can happen here that will go by in a flash. So again, I'm trying to tell you what happens, but it's going to be tough. They let the good things happen. There's some good things, there's some bad things. In this case, he got the good harvest, which means he just gets extra money. But there is a lot of bad ones. There's some funny ones. Hopefully we'll see more of those as it goes. But he's going to mash through those so fast, it's going to be tough. So, okay, so he makes another summon. Now, you might say, you said the summons are all different. He used a different unit. So every unit has their own egg to use. And they of course, will start from the first summon and go down to the weaker ones as they go. So here's our old friend Cyclops again. Cyclops screams. Cyclops throws his whole body at the enemy. And Cyclops felt just a little regret at throwing himself at the enemy. And it does say that. Well, he throws his whole body at the enemy again. And let's see. Should be no problem. He's going to take him up. Cyclops didn't feel much regret at all for doing that again. Go. So as you can see, there's so much going on. It's really tough. It's a really tough game to explain what's going on if you haven't seen it a few times for sure. There's so many different moving parts that he has to keep track of. So yeah, there we go. So as you can see, his castles are moving well. His flags are getting filled out there. And then I was going to check on his. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Just remind me again. How many different areas are there?
There's 3 different scenarios, and they all give the same exact ending. It's a different difficulty setting. So now what he did here is something you don't want to do. And when he's doing world record runs, he would just reset. It's a battle outside of a castle, and those are just time wasters. They don't do anything except waste your time and take your resources. So I've seen him do world record attempts, and it's instant resets. That's something he does not want to do for sure. But it's a marathon, so we got to keep things rolling here. Now, what he's doing here is just organizing his troops here. So he's kind of go around the circle there from the right and go up. So there's less chance of them coming from the bottom or anything. So as you can see here, it's very outmatched, right, from this Cleos guy and Zeus. So what he's going to do is take as much as he can down himself. Oh no, he took him down. He took him down without any help. There you go. So usually if you're outmatched though, that's when you want to pop the egg if you can't handle it. But his A-matching skills are just too next level. No problem from a man, Gekikara here. Here we go. Checking out on things. As you can see, the enemy guys are always keep coming. Keep checking on them where they are. He has to worry about them. Now, if one of the enemies comes to your castle, you don't have anyone there, any units there, they just take it over instantly. So you have to make sure you have people covering your castle as well. But as you can see, now that he has so much of the map filled out, the bottom 3 castles, he has no one in there because there's no need. And so that's how you gotta strategically take over the map. And you gotta think about that kind of stuff. So here, Venus is going against someone here. I can see Unanaus, and we'll see. He's going 1-on-1. So she used the item there. Now, items are something you can buy from time to time. I must have missed that menu when you bought an item. Basically, they just you spend money, they could do more damage than a normal attack. There you go. We won. And it's still Venus is going against another full force. So she's gonna crack the egg here. Let's see where she's on the scale. She has Gatos, and Gatos is a guy, and let's see, what does he say here? He's weaker than the monkey Sparta, the fire monkey. So Gatos sneered and smiled inappropriately. That is what it said. Wait, my eyes did deceive me. Gatos sneered and smiled inappropriately again. And let's see what we got here. Damage is going down. So as you can see, the summons are really powerful, but if you do lose a summon, it is a reset for sure. 4 soldiers still there. Gatos is not doing his job. Let's do this. Hype rolling. Gatos is still sneering. And he's down. So that is not good. The unit that used this egg cannot use an egg again. And he loses again. So here's just a fight by herself. Now what she did there was used an item that is kind of a safety item. It kills one group of soldiers. So obviously you want to use that only in emergencies because you can never use it again once you use it. And he was lucky that unit was holding the item, because units have to be holding the item to be able to use it. So maybe he planned that. I am not on his level of mental thinking. He might have known what he was doing for sure. That was a planned thing.
There we go. This fight looks a little scary.
Yeah, and he breaks the egg. Now we have a Machine Knight. Machine Knight comes out. He's going to use his rocket punch. He shoots a rocket from his arm. And this is a weaker version this is a weaker guy than Cyclops. So it's diminishing returns on your eggs here. Up. Machine Knight let out a pitiful sound. Reading the text here. Rocket punch took him down. Good job, Machine Knight. So now if he wants to, that same unit uses an egg, though, it's going to be worse than Machine Knight. So it just goes down and down. So you have to kind of be careful with your time here. Careful with your uses there. So here we go. We're working our way up there. And you see on the left there, there's some upside down triangles. They are part of the game that we will not touch at all. It's monster nests. And unfortunately, we won't see very many monsters at all. These summons, I guess I should call them. If you go there, take your time to go there. You can upgrade your eggs, and also replenish your eggs if they die. But as this category doesn't allow that, he can't do that. And also, even if it does allow that, it takes too much time, so you never see that. So the monsters we've seen so far are the ones we'll see for the rest of the game, sadly, because there's over 25 or something. There's some really cool ones. So he's working his way up the map here. Oh, someone ran away from the castle right before he got in there, which is good luck, because now he has to take down one less than what was there before. Oh, he's going to pop the egg right away. Let's see what we got here. Machine Knight. So remember, each unit goes down the same trail. So this was the person in order for this person. The summoning order for this person. Rocket punch time. Boom. Just rocket punching away. Takes him down. Takes him down. So you can see the battles are super serious, with the soldiers flying everywhere. So yeah, this is he wants to finish the first scenario in about 15 minutes. So we'll see. He might be a little slower than he likes, but again, he had to use the kill all soldiers item already, so it's kind of not usually what the plan is. So let's see what he does here. Is he going to crack the egg again? He's going to use another item, which got rid of 2 soldiers, but now he has to fight this just normally. Can he take him down? No problem for Zeus there. Took down Hermes, and we got a win. 2 flags left. Let's see what he's going to do. He's going to send these soldiers somewhere. Oh, we have another monthly event. Let's see if we get good luck or bad luck here. This is totally good or bad luck. Okay, so we got. I'll go through what happened there as it went back. Speeded by. We got a beggar who asked for money. He asked for 5 gold, 10 gold, or 15 gold. If you choose the right amount, like he has an amount in his head. He says give me gold, and if you give him the right amount, you can choose between 5, 10, and 15. He'll go away. If you guess the wrong amount, he'll show up next month, so you have to pay him then too. Also, Superhero came, and Superhero can always gives you a powerful item. So that is someone you definitely want to see at every monthly event. Again, those are totally random, unless there is some kind of manipulation I'm unaware of. I've only been aware of this game for 3 days, but yeah, from what I've seen, they are totally random. There we go, took them down. We are coming up to the end of the first scenario here.
So you said that you've only been studying this game for the last 3 days. Did you pick it up and play it yourself, or did you just watch other people play it?
I played it myself for like an hour or two.
Okay.
It's pretty hard. It's pretty hard. I was like, let me just do the strats he does for the world record, and but yeah, I definitely tried to play it myself. It's interesting. It's just you got to be the kind of person that likes these kind of games. But I can see like there's a lot of deep thinking that goes in this game. A lot of things you got to think about for sure, and that's something I wasn't prepared for as well as Gekikara here, because he has it all in his head what he's got to do. But yeah, it's definitely fun. I mean, there's definitely games like this that have evolved on this this premise for sure. Kind of real-time RPG. There's so many games like this now for sure. This is just one of the first iterations. Not even one of the first. One of the, let's see, what's the right word for that? The beginning stages of this kind of genre, because coming out in 1988. But now we just speeding through everybody. No problem. This might be the last battle here, right? For this thing. He breaks out the slugger, which is the weapon that he just got from the superhero. Rips the enemies in half, and he walks on to victory like a boss. And yes, we have reached the ending. We have reached the ending credits there for the first scenario. So we move on to scenario number 2. And there's no difference in scenarios besides the difficulty level and how big the map is. So as we go along, you'll see there's even more things you have to worry about. More, he has to watch where people are coming from on the map and stuff. So I guess he's putting in a donation or something named there. Here we go. Adjust the time, the flow of time. He puts the flow of time to as fast as possible, which obviously, guide to your strat for speedrunning. And he's going to his first castle. So as you can see, he has two units at the start of the game. He sends them both away. And so if someone comes to their castle, they can take it over and his game is over. But he has to be, aggression is key in this game to keep going. So he had 3 units and he sent them all away. So he has to just do his best to take over castles and then get someone back there before someone comes to his castle. So again, when you're doing world record attempts, there's so many resets because people just, they're coming to my castle, that's over. So he starts the game with an egg. And remember, when you start a new scenario, your egg resets. So you get to start at your strongest summon you have, and that's Sparta, the fire monkey again. Spartan the fire monkey taking care of it. Doing work. Can he keep doing it? Now, there's some, as again, we won't see, but there's some, demons, and you get the devil himself and stuff, and there's all kinds of cool summons that we won't get to see. And there we go. Sparta does his job, takes down the boss. Now, one thing I didn't talk about enough was the kind of items. So after every monthly event, you can also buy items. So you'll see he does that to level up his squad, and that's what kind of at the end of the first scenario you could see he was not losing at all, and that's because he had items on his side to help. Geras taking care of stuff. He's sneering away, sneering and smiling inappropriately, as he always does. That's literally what it says. I'm not making it up. I am not making up what he's saying here. Here we go. So he's having a tough time here. This is not looking good here for our friend Geras here. So as you can see, he's smiling. Oh, he pulled him back. So he put him back in the Pokeball, basically. And so he didn't die. Because if he dies again, you can't use him anymore. If you pull him back into the Pokeball, which is not what it's called, but if you pull him back in the egg, he's he's fine to use the next weaker summon next time. Zeus here, going up against Nereus. I don't know who that is. Usually these names are something like from history, some people from history, but I've never heard of that one. Someone else wouldn't have to tell me that. Adonis here on the left, Zeus on the right. Epic battle of historical terms. Historical up, and Zeus takes him down, no problem, as he probably should, for following the lore of the universe, I guess. So as you can see there on the screen, there's a cave, and there's also a cave is kind of a side quest-ish thing that he'll never use because it just takes time. You go to the cave, and it takes a whole month or something, and they come out and they have more gold. And I guess I didn't talk about gold yet. Gold is how you pay your troops, and the more castles you have, the more gold you make, and you have to keep paying your troops, or they stop working for you and they leave. So it's important to build the castles up, get the money. So if you go to the cave, you get a lot of money, but it just takes time. So again, we don't do it. We do not take care of it. Crack another egg, see another Cyclops. So he's really using his eggs aggressively here again because he wants to set up his units how they want to be, right? So, if you win the early stages of the game, you have a lot less to worry about because you can kind of take care of a whole side of the map, so nothing can attack you from below you or whatever. So as you can see, he's being aggressive here in the early stages again. Cyclops doing work as he usually does. Cyclops throws himself at the enemy. Wah! He threw himself at the enemy. He didn't feel any regret. I wish they used different terms, but he says the same thing. So I can't add to it. That's really what he's saying. There you go. Taking care of business. 44 damage. Cyclops can take 2 hits and he's done. Up, he wins. Cyclops does what he is summoned to do, as a good summon does. So he's checking on things. Every time you go back to the castle, you get refill of your troops and stuff too. So if you just touch a castle for a second, you can replenish your 4 guys that bang into each other for the battles. Seem very expendable, but they're not very important. So he's taking care of the map. He's going for the left side, kind of clear out the left side first, and then he's going to work his way around. Again, they're never kind of the same exact setup, so you always got to think, be thinking about what you want to do for this game.
Now, at any point, do the enemies get to use eggs?
No, that's weird, right? That's not fair. This game, makers of Hanjuku Hero, they don't get to use eggs. So just you get to use eggs and crush them. But as you can see, you have to use eggs. In scenario 3, like if you don't have eggs, you have no hope. Even with eggs, you barely have hope. But yeah, I guess they kind of even the playing field a little bit, but it seems unfair, right? You can call these huge Cyclops and your enemies just have to stand there and get thrown up the screen and bounce on the bottom. You're right, though. It's not fair. Here's another egg use. What are we going to get this time? Cyclops. So this unit is using their first egg. They get the Cyclops. So he's summoning the monsters from his egg, basically. I don't know if they're birthed from the egg or hatched from the egg was the correct word I was looking for. Not birthed. But I don't know if they're hatched from the egg or what, but there's an egg, and you do something, and then you have a summon that's on your team. The line between becoming monsters or summoning monsters is always a little blurred there in these kind of games. Final Fantasy, the summons kind of, sometimes your party would just magically disappear and then you have a summon. So, I don't know. You can use your imagination there to create the lore. DW rocks us there. Cyclops is running himself into the enemy, taking care of business. Nice. So, yeah, and as you can see from time, like, this game takes an hour and a half or so as the predicted time is. The first 2 levels will take 15 minutes each. The last one will take about an hour. That's how it's so different it is. So we have the monthly event again. That was you get to recruit another soldier leader. And they all tell you their stats, and then they do that jumble kind of pick which one is the best. And it's really impossible to guess who's the best, so you just choose at random and hope you got the best one. But you get one no matter what, so that's good. So we're going to attack the next castle here, going for the middle kind of lane here. It's going middle, going mid. We equip some items there just to be ready for this next battle. Okay, so those two, the guys from this castle ran away, leaving him wide open to go in there. Will face a much weaker force than would otherwise be. Here we go. Taking care of business here. This should be no problem. You see the HP there. The red bar at the bottom there I haven't talked about is the A mashing power. So if you're however much red power you have there, the higher, more effective your A mashing it. There's no negative for going past it though. It's just totally how hard you want to push it, how much you want to push it. I'm gonna use an item there to take care of those two guys. Those guys. Still going to the castle here. He's gonna use a sword. He's gonna use his Ray sword. Ray sword. So we use the Ray sword there to take care of some. 1-on-1 battle, epic here. Come on. Ooh, he's done 18. He's got to pop an egg. Okay, that was a close one. Now the later games will get more of those kind of exciting fights. But that was a close one, and he went down. He saw he was gonna die from one more hit, so he cracked the egg as fast as he could. As you can see, everyone politely stops the battle and backs up. Then you crack your egg, and then you're fine. So you got the Machine Knight, and Machine Knight takes care of business unfairly, as my co-host here says, because they can't use eggs, so that is unfair. So he goes to the castle. In the castle, you can equip your items to whoever you want to equip to, even if they're not in that castle. You kind of move around your items wherever you want. Yeah, this game's OST is interesting. It's not bad. It's just interesting. The sound effects, on the other hand, are like very, very interesting, very teeny, and not the best work on the Famicom for sure. So we did a battle outside, something you don't want to do, but he looks like he only lost 1 soldier, so not bad. So since he's out in the wild, though, he only has 3 soldiers there. So next time he's at a castle, he will only have 3 soldiers, unless he replenishes them, which you can do after a monthly event. Any rules to remember here. Venus here. Venus taking down Hercules this time. Hercules surprisingly loses to Venus.
For someone who has only studied this game for 3 days, you really know the game.
Yeah, I went all in. I knew this game wouldn't have much hope unless someone can explain what's going on, because I know when I first watched, I was like, I have no idea what's happening, and I don't know how I can commentate it. But put the work in, follow your dreams, you can make it happen, guys. Oh, it is cool learning about a game. Like it's cool to find these hidden. I'm not ready to call it a gem, but it is cool to learn about a game you would never ever contact in your life before. It was kind of cool to learn about it. You can see the love that was put in this game for sure. And Gekikara here is a serious runner of this game. He's put many hours, so it's cool to kind of hopefully give him a little chance to shine as well. He's put some serious work in. Yeah, I mean, he has. If you check his Twitch, I mean, he has some 8-hour sessions of this game, and so he knows his stuff. And I can't see this game being very high on Speedrun.com, Challenger awards or anything. Yeah, we're always on the right. We're always the orange guys. Payan there. We're going down to Zeus. Now once we enter the second half of the scenarios, our team is kind of always going to be ahead. We have items. He's already sort of upgraded some stuff. I haven't talked about that, but you can also upgrade your soldiers at the end of every monthly event. So as the scenario goes on, things get a little bit easier. As you can see, as you'll see in scenario 3, though, you need all the help you can get. Here we go. Another battle. Venus taking on Daidoros. So maybe someone out there knows who that is in history. I do not. Took care of that problem. We're moving on. We're going up to bigger and better things. We should almost be ending here. It usually wants to be about 30 minutes for the second scenario. And we might get right about there. 3 castles left. Might be a little there. And again, you see at the bottom there, those upside down triangles. A cool part of the game where you can upgrade your summons, but yep, just waste time in the speedrun, unfortunately. Hermes going against Aprimo Yoroshiku. So that means best regards, Aprimo. That's the name they chose. Maybe that was an incentive or something. His friend. I don't know. That's the name he chose. Io going against that name I just said. Took care of it, no problem. These fights are getting pretty easy. Yep, the soldiers swimming around the lake, but there's clearly bridges, but There's a slight speed delay when you go over kind of things in the map, but that's basically it. It's purely cosmetic, the map, basically. A slight slowdown. They walk pretty slow anyway, so it doesn't matter even though. Gaia facing Zeus. Ooh, epic battle there. Like I'd see that. I'd see that movie. Gaia versus Zeus. Gaia later. Who cares about nature? Zeus is taking over.
Man, Attack of the Titans over here.
Exactly. This is no joke. We were just watching a game here. There's serious Titans going down. Up, monthly event, people. Get hype. Let's see what we get here. We get the choose a soldier. They will shuffle themselves around. We choose a soldier, and we get superheroes. So superhero is one of the best ones to see. He always gives you a strong weapon, and you'll see him use it for sure because it's always quick kill or kill half the team or kill all the team. It's always something good. He does give one troll item, which is dead gun, I think is what it's called, something like that. But it kills everyone on screen, even you, and you don't want to use that or it's game over for the scenario. So he does give one troll item. Don't ask me percentages and all that stuff. I can't pull it like the Pokemon runners can, They pull out the percentages like it's nothing. Going down. Who's this? Poseidon versus Venus. Another epic battle here. He uses his egg. Some might call that cheap. Oh, our first visit with Potato Man. His name is Ujusu, and he's an interesting one for sure. Interesting design there for sure. He goes for the headbutt attack. It says, Ulises says, while nodding. So, while nodding. And there you go. Goes down. He's fighting well. You only have 33 HP left. You gotta pull him back. Oh! He's down. Okay, so Ulises is down. So let's gotta fight back to normal. And now Venus cannot use any more summons the rest of this scenario. But again, we're almost at the end, so it's not a big deal. You could use the eggs just as a weakening mechanism too. Soften an enemy up. Oh, Venus goes down. Oh, that's not good. So what'll happen is he can still come back from this because he's so far ahead. But if that happens early in the scenario, there's no coming back from it. Obviously, this will be a reset if we're not in a marathon for sure, because now people have to go a long way to catch up to kind of do what she was doing, Venus was doing.
So now his backup strat would be send another unit over there.
Yeah, so exactly. It's not the end of the world when you have this much of the, but at the beginning of the scenario, just gotta read. There we go. Taking care of business. Let's get hype in the chat. Tia versus the character name he gave. Tia goes down fast. Tia's not much of a fight there. Let's see what he does. So it's gonna be the long walk to the castle again. I think there's only one castle left, so we should be on to the real game where the game really starts. This is the pre-game. We're entering the real game. We get to scenario 3. Oh, 3 castles left, so yeah. Probably a little bit slower than it wants to be, but this game, there's so much stuff that happens, so much luck involved. If the soldiers of the enemy team just want to troll you, they control you. Here we go. Zeus taking on Ryu Kaon. Someone I've never heard of. Takes him down, obviously. Casual. Pion versus Zeus. They're banging into each other. There are people flying everywhere. Pion goes down. Not much of a fight. And they scream, "We won" at the end. Their swords raised in the air in triumph. So as you can see, like he just did there, the bridge is an inch away from his working, but it's not worth it. Still not that much of a deterrent to go through the river the slow way. It's just not that big of a deal. So he's calling on Zeus once again, giving Zeus a few items and getting him ready to roll. See, sometimes a battle just pops up. You're like, how did that happen, right? That means someone got to one of your castles somewhere on the map, and you got to defend your castle. Remember, you're always on the right, the good team. Kronos went down. Kronos went down. Kronos is down. So let's see what the situation is. Speaking of the map. Yep, one castle left. We're almost there. Almost there, fam. We are ready for scenario 3, where the real hype begins. Now, just for reference, when I was watching him do world record attempts, scenario 3 is just you reset maybe If he plays 10 times, I saw a reset about 8 or 9, you know, in the beginning. Things don't go his way. So I'm sure he's going to break out some marathon strats here, though. Definitely a thing. When you go for a record, anything go wrong, you're done. See, he used 2 items there to take care of the last castle. Still a little bit left of the castle defense here. Taking care of business. Taking care of business. His A mashing skills are second to none. And we got to the ending screen. He zipped on by it. We are ready for the real game, my friend. Entered the real Hanjuku Hero game. We're on scenario 3. Now, this map is huge, and it's much more spread out. So every time you want to go somewhere, it takes longer, which means there's more time for people to come to your castle and, you know, mess your junk up. You know what I mean? So.
Well, just looking at this here, you know, the estimate is an hour and a half. This is the last scenario here.
Mm-hmm.
And
we need all that time.
Wow.
And you see, as we can see, he already did one. A person was running at his castle right at the beginning. That's just too much of a downfall. You can't. That means you can't leave your castle, which means you can't start. Basically, it's a non-starter. When someone's running at your castle, you can't leave, but you have to be aggressive. Or if you get behind the 8 ball, it's over. That's one reset, I guess, already. So see, you want to send out all your people if you can, and if someone's coming for your castle, you can't do that. Got to start over. But here we got a good start here. Venus is going on against Gekikara. So I don't know who that is, but he goes down easily. Now the beginning of the game is so important. So you'll see he probably going to crack some eggs here. Do whatever he has to do because you have to get some presence on the board or it's over. Huagintos. Don't know who that is. I'll try to say if I remember to say all the heroes that come up here, titans of history, both fictional and real. I don't know, is there any real ones? Yeah, I guess I've said some real ones. Tia, back in the house. Again, they reuse the names and stuff, because remember, every scenario is a separate kind of universe. They're not connected anyway. It's just basically a difficulty setting. Scenario 3 is just the hardest. So what happened there, when 2 kind of camps touch together, they both instantly camp, and then you can kind of trade stuff between them if you want to. But that takes too much time for a man here, so he won't do that often. So as you see from the map there, he's going to have to take care of that right corner. Because if he doesn't, it's an endless stream of people can attack his castle that's there at the top. So he's got to go to the top right corner right now to make sure that problem doesn't happen. Kind of like the circle here. Let's get some modern gaming in this game. It's like PUBG when the circle's coming around you. You want to kind of stay next to the outside of the circle so no one comes behind you. That's what you want to do with this too. Make sure you don't have anyone that can attack you from behind. Adonis going down to Banana. That was what he named his character, Banana. There you go. Tia going against Banana. Banana, strong fight. Do we see an egg? Does he crack an egg? Does he crack it? Does he need to? He goes down to 20. He breaks out the egg. He does. He felt the danger, and he breaks out the egg. Let's see what we got here first. We have our friend, the Cyclops again.
So he probably didn't want to break out the egg, but he just kind of had to there, correct?
Yep. You cannot take a death. That is, if your main heroes die, it's over. So you're starting 3. If one of these go down, you get a game over screens. That can't happen. So he probably didn't want to. Now Cyclops is gone. Remember, that's the kind of the downfall of the summons here. Cyclops is gone. Your strongest summon is gone. Next time it's going to be the Machine Knight, if I'm correct. Oh, so this is a field battle. You do not want to fight these, but if you happen and you're in a marathon, you got to fight them. So he cracked his egg. It's worth it to him to crack an egg here because he doesn't want to lose any soldiers. So there you go. Sadly, he had to break out Sparta, who's kind of ace in the hole here. The Fire Monkey, himself or herself. Poseidon is fighting on the left here. Poseidon versus Sparta. Sparta takes care of business. Sparta takes care of business. Sparta, do your stuff. You can see Sparta has 124 damage. The small dudes do 2 damage. I mean, they're not a big deal, but the main guy, Poseidon there, he has some power. So 37 damage there, 30. Come on, Sparta. Down to 20. He better. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. 30. One hard hit and Sparta's down. He used the 35 damage. Ooh, he pulled it out at the last second. One more move, and it could have been Sparta to end this game. That was close, boys. That was close. Boys and girls. Always right side. Yeah, always right side. We're always the orange. The good guys are the orange guys. Game. Blue guys are the bad guys. Infernape is a good thing. I should have said that reference earlier. So that's what that is, Infernape. But sadly, we won't see the Infernape anymore. We'll see the next level down on its summons. So he's taking care of the corner like I thought he might, because you can't get attacked the rest of the game, you know, from behind there. Kleos taking on Venus. Kleos doesn't put up much of a fight here. Now, for normal players like me, the A mashing, I was doing my best, but I was not as good as he is at mashing, and I got killed a lot in the early stages even, but his mashing skills are, you know, real, and he can take care of it more than a normal player can. We bring out the troll. Gatas, he's taking care of business. Now, each summon has different kind of attacks. Nothing really special to them. There's no, like, weaknesses or strengths or, you know, we can't force the Pokemon metaphor forever here. Just different kind of attacks they have and how much HP they have. Things are not going well here for Gatas here. See, as you can see, the front soldiers do nothing. The backs guy, he does a lot. Oh, too dangerous. He pulled him out. That was not going well, and he knew it. So he did not want to lose his summon power. He pulls him out. Yeah, Lem de Dust. The game is called Hanjuku Hero, which basically means half-baked hero, but they kept the Hanjuku there for some reason. Monthly event time. We got the fortune teller. I believe it flashed so fast I wasn't sure. But I think that was fortune teller, and the fortune teller can just tell you how your eggs are doing. That's it. So it's a useless monthly event. If you've paid attention to the game, you know how your eggs are doing. So it'll tell you stuff like, you know, now your next summon will be Machine Knight. Your next summon will be blah blah blah. But yeah, Gekikara, the runner here, knows exactly how his eggs are doing. Just a waste of time. So he's gonna have to worry about those two castles that are on the above and below him. See how he takes care of them. The blue guys, remember, are the bad team. So one of them is going to one of his castles. So he's gonna make sure it's covered before they get there. Took care of that problem. Paris. But someone goes down. Zeus takes care of the problem with not much effort at all. Here we go. Okay, so this 4 against 1. He might pop an egg here if his A mashing doesn't work out well, but it does. We know it. This guy's so money. No problem with the mashing skills. He's still not done though. Wow. Okay, this is a 4 castle. As we see, the last stages, they get tough. He's gonna crack an egg here. He saw the odds were against him with 18 HP. He cracks his first egg. So the first egg for this unit has been cracked. We have our Cyclops here to take care of. Through that guy. So you can see Cyclops really has never been in. I don't think he's died this run so far. He's pretty strong. A lot of HP, no problem. And as you go down though, you see they get less HP and become less effective. Cyclops didn't feel any regret for throwing himself at them. Here we go. Last battle here, 31. So as you can see, the general's doing 30 damage or so. Cyclops is not even close to die. No danger at all. Cyclops taking care of business, and he does. So the HP and stuff of Cyclops is relevant now. We just won't see him anymore. So the next summon will come in with full health. So he took care of that castle. And he's going to go down. Let's see if he's going to go for both or to start working his way down around the circle. This is Famicom, yep. $1988. So Zeus fighting here, begging into each other, taking care of business. There you go. It's a good thing his battles don't take long. If they took a long time, this game. But thankfully, they're really just quick kind of button mashers. Cracked an egg early. I guess his HP was low. I did not catch that. He breaks the Machine Knight. Remember, that's the next in the line from Cyclops. Machine Knight is 200 HP, a little less than Cyclops, and he does less damage, so diminishing returns again on your summon. Ooh, now Machine Knight's already down to 90. So this could get pretty not great if it keeps going like this. Looks like he's taking care of business though. Let's see what the general has here. It does look like a little bit like Mega Man. I guess you're right. Oh, he took care of business. Nice one, Machine Knight. You have done your duty for this game, for this scenario 3. So he looks like he's kind of working his way from right to left, going up. Got another battle here. Prometheus versus Venus. Epic battle. Prometheus is a pushover though. Bye-bye, Prometheus. So, let's see. What is he going to do? So he's going to just keep moving his guys over. Now remember, the more castles you get, the less you have to keep people in those castles. So you can kind of, once you keep taking over castles, you just move your guys out from there, go to the next castle. Just never stop the aggressions. Kind of win this game. So there we go. He took care of that castle, and he's already sending that group out again. Castle. So there's no one defending that castle. So if an enemy came there, they would get it right away. But he's no worry of that because you can see how he's moving down the map in a strategic way. Now, if you just started playing this game, this is one of those games where if you don't have the manual, it's like good luck. Hopefully the instruction manual explain all this stuff. Well, we bring up Potato Man. Potato Man in the house here. Potato Man hype. He does the headbutt attack. Now see, he has 140 HP, which is less than even the Machine Knight had, I believe. And yeah, he's going to take down stuff as much as he can. I don't think he's going to make the whole battle though. We shall see. I have faith in Potato Man. Potato Man takes 71. You really got to be careful because if your summon goes down, it's over, right? So like you really have to be watching your, quickly deciding, do I want to go one more round with attacks or do I want to say, I'm done. I got to pull the cord here because if you lose them, then you have no more summons, and a unit without a summon is much weaker than a unit that still has a summon in the holster there. 4 HP, he's gonna pull him out. Ooh, he goes down. So I guess he knows that was okay. I can see by the smile of the commentator, the Japanese commentator. Probably was not what they wanted to happen, but we shall see. Maybe he knew he's in total control. He knows more than us, but I don't think he wanted that to happen this early in scenario 3. But I have confidence in my man, Gekikara here. He knows what he's doing, much more than I do. So 5 castles left. We got about half the map here. We're going pretty fast, actually. This is much faster than I've seen, so it looks like we're going okay on time here. So that, yeah, it definitely is I wouldn't say weird the right word. It's interesting. It has some personality, but I say that's the best way to say it, right? It has some real personality that pulls you in. Yeah, and I don't think we're gonna see. Well, there's kind of the death screen, which I don't think we're gonna see, but even the death screen, they have some humor there. When you die, at first it goes to the funeral of the main character, but then it says like, well, let's just live without war, and then like everyone starts dancing. That's at the funeral, so it's pretty funny. This game doesn't take itself too seriously. I don't think we'll see that, but I wish we could. It's pretty funny. Banana here, going against Kleos. No problem. Now you can see, another thing to point out is when you can see how when they bash into each other, whichever side kind of goes left to right, which means who is like naturally stronger. Now, our runner here can take care of that problem with his mashing skills. But some groups of soldiers are the strongest than others, and you're probably going to lose that unless you have great matching skills. Here, Machine Knight comes out again. Takes care of business. Rocket punching it out. Now again, we're not getting the part of the game that helps the filthy casuals like myself here. If we go to the monster nest, we can level up our eggs even more past where they're starting level. But since it's a speed run, he's not taking the time to do that. If we go to the little triangles on the map, we can level up to get even higher. There's like 10 levels, 15 levels higher, and you get even more OP summons, basically. And he's not doing that, obviously, but that's how you're supposed to play this game and take care of Scenario 3 for sure. Banana and Apollo. Now, Apollo has much more health than him. What is he going to do? Oh, he chose to retreat there. Okay, so retreat. There's no penalty for retreating. I mean, you don't have your soldiers. So if he had 0 soldiers, so you keep 0 soldiers. So you're obviously weaker. But all you have to do is go back to a castle, and you get him back if you have the reserve. Now, again, speedrun, so it's not great, but it's not a big deal. Venus, no problem here. Taking care of business. So, what's the status here? Half the map done. Got to work on those last 5. And the farther, kind of away you go from your kind of base, though, the harder, more spread out your stuff is, so it's even more hard to, even harder to kind of overtake stuff. Zeus here. Taking care of business. They won. As they always do. Prometheus here, going against Zeus. Another epic battle. And you see there's much less, he has much less soldiers than Prometheus here, but his bashing skills can take him so far, but he still breaks out the egg. And remember, the enemy is nice enough to calmly back up and let you summon your egg. We have an appearance by Mr. Potato Man again. Taking care of business. As he does. See, 51, though, is kind of within 2 hits of the General Hail. Let's see what happens here. Hold on to your hats, guys. 31 damage. No, he can't take another hit now. He's going to have to die, or he retreated to... Ah! So he maybe got a little aggressive there, went for one more round when he should have retreated, but he went for it. Now, that is 2 Mr. Potato Man's down. So that's 2 of his main units without summons. Now, he knows what he's doing. He's still playing here. I'm assuming he knows what he's doing, but that sounds pretty tough. And he, again, took a retreat, which is something you don't want to do because things went so bad in that battle. So he's going to have to... Now he's really got to... It's in scramble mode here. I mean, for me, it's scramble mode. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing, but he's got to come back from pretty big odds here. There is no comeback for his eggs. That's the part of this category, is that you can't revive your eggs. Now, if he was playing like a normal person, you go to the upside down triangles, you get all your eggs, you get all your eggs back full percent, and you get to level them up. But in this category, we can't do that, which is basically just making it even harder than it already is, as you can see. Yeah, the soldiers are just kind of just meat shields that you just take down, and then you get to the real problem, which is the general. Both sides are war criminals, I agree. This game talks about that in the ending screen, which hopefully we'll see. We won't spoil anything. Hopefully see the victory screen here. Okay, so as you can see, Apollon is really strong, and was really pushing back his forces to the right, which means they're just much stronger. Another appearance by Eggman. This one cannot go down, or it's going to be tough. So you saw he didn't like that first hit. Took down a 40 in the first hit. 107. Oh man. Okay, so his main 3 guys have no summons now. I've never seen this because he would reset long ago in a real run. I don't know how he's going to do this now, but that's why he's up there, and I'm here commentating because I'm sure he has a plan. He can't get any more summons now, so that's the last of our summons, unless he has another group. I didn't see another general with a summon. He might have one, though. Don't quote me on that. But those 3 summons, the main guys we always use, Zeus, Venus. I think Venus might still have hers. The kind of guys we've been using, Banana, no more summons. They're done. See if Venus still has hers. He clicks the menu for me, I can see, but probably doesn't want to do that. It's a time waster. things are looking bleak here. He's going to save because you can continue if you have to, if something goes wrong. It's probably a smart move. Safety save there. So if he goes for a battle that just doesn't work out now, he can continue for battle before it happens. I mean, marathon strats, right? You got to do it sometimes. All right, so someone is going to attack his castle up there in the top right. Here we go. Top left, let's see how it goes. Moira versus Venus. Moira sounds very Lord of the Rings to me, but Moria, that's something. But yeah, Moira went down. Venus took care of business, and that's it. She keeps the castle. Gonna save again. Now, at this point, you might see a lot of save. I think that might be how he has to get, because it went sideways too much. Got to save for every battle now. Monthly event. Let's hope we get good luck here. Come on, we deserve it. We get an extra general, which is good, which they might even have an egg. No, we don't know. We don't know if they get an egg until we see him. And we get Superman. Superhero, excuse me. The superhero says some funny stuff, too. He burns through it so much, but I took notes of it. He says something like, I'm the hero among heroes, the ultra, super, miracle man, and you're a hero, too. If you're a real hero, you should have this. Now he gives me the item. What he gets here, always keep it on screen, is the assassin. Now, the assassin is someone you pay, and they will have a percentage chance to take out a general on the other team. It's a percentage chance, though, so he never chooses to. Sometimes it doesn't work. So he didn't continue there to get. I think he's trying to get a good monthly event here. What is? So he got the superhero again. I think he knows he's up against it now, right? So he needs the good monthly events to give him the good items to have a chance. I guess they're going for here. I can't tell. I can't hear what they're saying. So I can't tell you the full updates, but I think that's what they're doing here. So it looks like he got a good superhero man. Superhero gave him a good item, so he's happy, and we're going to keep rolling. This run has definitely went differently than we planned, but we're getting through it. Okay, so now he's going to work on the bottom side here. Oh, he looks like he's still okay. He has 4 castles left. The top of the map is totally controlled. I think he says attack on his castle. Problem. And Banana takes care of business. As you can see, when he goes to an enemy castle, they always have like 3 groups there, which he could do too if he wants. You could leave units in each castle, as many as you want. But because of the speedrun, he only leaves 1. So, when they're done, he can just go to the next castle. So again, it's really, doing this as a speedrun is just making it much, much harder than intended, as it usually is. Okay, working our way through. 4 castles left. And we've got 3 enemy units on the field with the blue dots. Again, you really don't want to intercept or fight on the field, because it's no benefit to you. Yes, you can kill them, but it also hurts you, and you can't replenish if you're in the field. You have to go back to one of your castles, so it's really a time waster. Achilles here versus Banana. Epic battle. Achilles goes down. Someone make a hero joke. And we should be taking care of this castle. Let's see how many he has to deal with here. And we only have 3 castles left, so as interesting as this run has went, he still might be totally fine on time. He's going to break out the change. So the change just takes care of 3 people. So I think it's a random number. It's only 3, sometimes 4. Took care of Helena with using the item. Fight's not done. Let's see what he does here. He only has 2 people against their 3. He's going to use another. He's the slugger, which kills the first row of all the people. Oh, I guess kills everybody because they're all down. So he's just going the item route here to take care of business because he has no eggs anymore. He has no summons. He's moving his items around. And he has to be really careful about his item inventory selection here, because he pretty much can't win a fight without an item. There's only so many items to go around, and you can only change them when you're at a castle, so there you go. Gotta take care of Banana doing some work here. And he won. So 3 castles left. Pretty set out here. Again, inventory management is huge here. He's going to make a run to the far castle on the left. Should be okay. Avoids the guy in the field there because he does not want to deal with that. Just a waste of time. goes through. Let's see who we've got here. Odysseus versus Zeus. As you can see, his team was much stronger, pushing him to the left. No problem there for Zeus, the Almighty. Took care of business there. Now to Kisos. It took care of that problem too. Narcissus. Maybe that's Narcissus. Narcissus. I don't know. There's some person in history that has that name. In folklore or fantasy that has that name. It may be real. Here we go. Bananas take care of business. Looks like there's no problem here. Like I was worried about the not having eggs thing, but looks like he's took care of business with that continue and getting the right monthly event here. Could be much underestimate if it keeps going. There's only 2 castles left. Narcissus. There you go, Emipup. Emipup in the house here. So, now these castles here on the edge here, let's see, the 2 red ones. Now, they'll have a pretty good defense force. They always do, the last one. But, you know, you've had no problem so far. I think he's good on items. Now, you might want to wait for another monthly event, because then you can get a good item. Oh! I see he has another castle there in the top right. That must have got taken over. Don't worry about the flag color coordination, my friend. I'll be commentating that the flags are different colors for the teams. Yeah, that is true. Payan, go against Zeus. Epic battle. Bouncing everywhere. Payan takes care of business. Zeus takes care of business. I think Zeus has been the MVP. He hasn't lost a battle. Monthly event time, boys. And we have Superhero. See, he zoomed fast up first. I couldn't see the first one. The first one, I believe, was Earthquake. So one of your castles takes damage. I have my notes here. I think that was Earthquake. No promises, though. Don't check my work here. And Superhero. And Superhero gives you a good item. Unless it's a troll item. That's the bad. He burns through him so fast, there's no way I can see what he's doing. As he should. In his speedrun. Getting some good items here. To take care of this castle. And no problem for Banana. Looks like things have you know, jumped back on the rails here. Only 1 left for 3. He uses the arrow to take care of one enemy. And no problem. We are almost there, boys. Should be... Let's see what's left on the map. Wish you could check the map one more time. I think we can almost see the end here. The end of this epic hype that is. Here we go. 1 castle left. Takes us down, boys. We get the ending screen. The hype, the epic comeback. I thought was looking bleak. It is not bleak at all. Gekikara knew what he was doing all along. I was the fool that was not knowing what's going on. I'm gonna take care of business here. Last battle hype. Boys and girls. Let's get hyped. Last battle. Who is it? Payan versus Venus. For the control of the world in this game. He used the Typhoon, which you can see is very powerful. Kills all the first guys. Payan goes down. We're not done yet. We are not done yet. Do not get excited yet. Oh, we are done. There was only 1 defense in there. We have completed the game. Hanjuku hero is completed. Gekikara.
Wow.
What a run there. I was worried. I was worried. I was the fool. He knew exactly what he was doing. Potato Man, who needs him? Eggs, who needs them? What a run. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on in this game, and it's pretty cool. And let me the ending screen going on here. They're going to, since you took care of this battle, you won the country, we have a princess for you. And the princess will just slide on in here. Hello, princess. And she says, oh, I've heard about you. I've heard about this great hero. You know, and she basically proposes. The princess guard here flips out. Banana, Sama. Banana, you're the best. Your wedding, congratulations. They get married quickly. There's a cough. Thanks for your hard work, everybody. You know, you guys did great. Let's use our power for peace. That's what he says. So remember, I know some talk about some war there, but it says let's use our power for peace from here on out. After all this, with Banana, we'll do this. And there you go. Let's see if we get the, if he stays still for a second, we can see the credits with that will show more of the monsters that we didn't get to see because, you know, you don't need them to finish the game, as you can see. It says congratulations, congratulations. Very casual words. This whole game uses very casual language. Very aware of itself, not trying to be too serious. Let's see if he's let it. Looks like he's gonna let it ride till we get to the credits here with the monsters. And he is. Okay, so now you get to see some of the cool summons that we didn't get to see. They're much more elaborate and thought out than some of the ones we got to see. But yeah, that's the game. So you know, how could you not want to run out there and play it right now? That's what I went. So, you know, pick this up at your local eBay.
Your local eBay.
And pick this game up, because it is fun. I say it definitely is fun. There's a lot to get your head around, right? But once you do, it's worth it. It is fun. Yep, you can see it's cool summons, you know? It's a lot of cool stuff. Banana, there's like a firecracker man there, and with 8 arms. There's a candle with a staff of his own. It's awesome. You can't get enough of this. Look at this statue man here. I'm just guessing on these names, by the way, if you couldn't tell. This is Butterfly Man with bikini bottoms on and green hair. How could you not love this stuff? Here we have Small Sprite with blue hat. These are official translations here. Here we have the Egg Hero that is doing a dance move. And that is it. So, with that, Hanjuku Hero is done. Guys, thanks for listening. I've been ALT Insider. Thanks to my co-host here and for the impromptu interview that I gave you. Great Jamama 3D. Enjoy the rest of the marathon, guys.
ALT Insider, thank you very much. For those of you who are in chat, I'd just like to